Welcome back once again to the Chassis Variant series as part of the Ebon Jaguar's Glorious Domination sub-series here. We're on the Charlie variant. I'll be frank and upfront now, this is not my favourite of the Ebon Jags. It's the missile focus variant. It comes with 4 missile hardpoints and 2 ballistics. Those 2 ballistics are a pair of UAC-2s, and then you've got 2 LRM-15s of Artemis and a couple of SRM-6s, I believe. Potentially, damage is okay. It's got plenty of ammo right from the off, which can be obviously messing around with the weapon size and stuff. You can get more ammo in there. And potentially could work well as some kind of ATM spammer, streak mech, or whatever you want to build it for if you like your missiles. The ballistics hardpoints, I don't know, kind of pointless on this. It's definitely more focused on its missiles than it is on the ballistics. They just feel like a sort of basic afterthought. Again, it's one of those things on tabletop, it will work wonders because it's one of those big, powerful mechs that you can sit on a hill somewhere. It can take a bit of a beating, it can dish out quite a lot of damage. The die rolls for like 30 LRMs, for instance. It's quite deadly. In MechWarrior Online, however, it does suffer a bit. Maybe the map isn't the best one for this build, but this map was a bit of a knockout, drag-out, horrible brawl that I was sadly not that effective in because the mech just isn't very good. For this build. Oh, sorry, not very good for this kind of match type. Yeah, the Charlie is not my favourite, I have to admit. I'm sure plenty of people played it and said that they've got really good results out of it, but it just... stock is horrible on this thing. I know some people have been like, oh, is that the guy who plays the horrible stock builds? Oh, I don't know why he does that. Well, you know, this is to, you know, show how horrible they are in play. I wouldn't wish anybody to play this because it's a punishment in its own right. It looks like it should be good, but it just isn't. It just doesn't feel very good. It feels very, I don't know, lackluster. In those maps where you get the opportunity to sit there and you can just rain missiles down with the rest of the team, keeps people distracted, it's fantastic. When it gets focused, it's dead in seconds. It just has no recourse. It's got no way of being able to effectively protect itself. The SRMs are good if you're going on the offensive, but if you're trying to protect yourself from a fast mover that's crept up on you, it sucks. And even against bigger mechs, the UAC-2s are pointless, and I like the AC-2 and the LB-2 and the UAC-2 line of weaponry. I just don't really rely on them for getting kills. I rely on them on harassing people and pissing them off. As part of the mech's only other weapon complement, it's not that great. To be honest, if I was actually going to customize this, I would probably switch out the SRMs for more LRMs, whack in more ammunition, and probably switch the ballistics hardpoints to something like heavy machine guns, so then if something did get close to me, at least I can do some half-decent DPS to them while they're trying to kill me. But yeah, and even that's probably a terrible build for some people, and I'm sure some of you out there have already got it. You've already customized the crap out of it with this pinpoint alpha strike deadly buildness and all the rest of it. So yeah, wouldn't recommend it. As far as this match goes, it was yeah, as I said, it was back and forth, and to be honest, this was the match that almost didn't make this a Glorious Domination series. Which I know Sterling Burton in the comments on the, I think it was the Mad Dogs, the Vultures, he was saying like the Ebon Jag better get Glorious Domination. Well, yeah, this one really made me think it wasn't going to be that for a short while, because it was back and forth. The early part of the match didn't look great, and then at this point it was starting to turn in our favour. Then it swings back again, and the end part it's highlights one of those fucking bugbears for me with MechWarrior Online. So, I've said in the past that players who take these ER large laser sniping mechs, like if they take, it used to be Ravens when quirks were godlike for the Inner Sphere. You would get the Ravens with the ER large lasers, and they would sit back on the edge of a map like Alpine and do sweet fuck all for the whole map. They would sit there and they'd scratch people with their 2 lasers. Well, that's what this person in an Arctic Cheetah's doing. He's on the wall. You don't see his firepower pretty much for the whole match because he's pristine. He's worried about his kill death or some shit. I don't know. He's sat on the wall. He's sniping away. I'm not sure what his damage or his kills are at the end, but if he'd actually been involved in the fight rather than creeping around, he probably would have won it for his team. all he ends up doing is dragging out the pain for everybody else who's waiting, me included. I have to edit this down because the last part of this match is this painful moment of this near endless wait as an Annihilator and a Raven trade shots with a little Arctic cheetah who won't commit to the fight because, of course he won't, he's the last person. So all he's going to do is try and hope that they're going to expose themselves so his 2 ER large lasers can kill them. And those guys are smart enough not to step out into the open, so they go underground. And you just sat there, you're just watching the fucking seconds tick away for them to either win based on having more kills, or for the Arctic Cheetah to just run in there and kill them. The end result is even worse. You'll see it soon. But honestly, this whole I'll take a light mech and just scratch people, there's a reason why light mechs on tabletop by default very rarely come with a preponderance of these long range weapons. It's not because of the problems with heat or weight of those weapons, it's because that's not really what lights are supposed to be doing. You never hear about the light sniper outside of very specific builds like the Hollander, and its one weapon is a Gauss rifle. That's it. So these ER large laser sniping things, or PPCs, or whatever they decide to take, are completely fucking pointless. You're meant to be engaging at mid-range, not long-range, at best with these things, staying mobile, harassing, and picking targets. All this Arctic Cheetah player did is he hamstrung his team, he ruined the fight for his team, and dashed their chances of winning, and just wasted the winning team's time. I mean, this is a bit where I die. I just wanted to watch the fight, but I had no guns in the... I think the Kodiak used the last of his ammunition to kill me as well in his LB5s, so I suppose I helped with that. So then we jump over, here it is, here's the dying moments. So this is the Annihilator, he's got heavy Gauss and some weapons, it's not really close to dying. The Raven's nearly dead there, you can see he's smoking a lot. And the Arctic Cheat is going to finally pop in. As I said, I've edited about 3 minutes out of this. And then he pops around the corner and just gets fucking downed. Well, look, he kills the Raven because he tried, and we win. Well done. Thanks for wasting our time. And thanks for watching this video, thanks for listening to me rant, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!